Yamamalia. My name's Jeefa Greenaway, Director of Greenaway Architects, a proud Wawongamilari man. We're here today for the Australian Institute of Landscape Architects Victorian Awards, and it's always important to do acknowledgement as part of cultural protocol. So I'd like to particularly acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Eastern Kulin Nation on the unceded sovereign lands of Naarm or Melbourne, and we're going to see an amazing array of projects which are designing for country, working with country, caring for country, and I'm really excited to see the range of projects. So good luck to everyone. Thank you.
G'day, I'm Tim Ross and welcome to the 2022 AILA Victorian Awards. Coming to you from the Royal Botanic Gardens here in Melbourne, which is home to more than 8,500 species of plants from all over the globe. And how do I know that? Well, earlier today, I counted them. You're welcome. This year, we've had a whopping 60 entries, so good luck if you're in the running. And a little reminder, if you're watching and you are on the social medias, why don't you tag AILA Vic, please? Right now, though, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce the Victorian Chapter President, Matt York.
Welcome and congratulations to everyone involved in the 2022 AILA Awards Victoria. This year's submissions present great optimism and commitment to landscape architecture, following several complex and challenging years during the COVID pandemic. Our hopes, aspirations and dedication continue to be celebrated through this year's awards submissions, and I thank you all for continuing to believe and direct landscape architecture at all scales across Victoria. Today we stand on significant lands abutting the Yarra River, and on behalf of AILA, we are extremely proud to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people as the traditional owners of this land and waters. As we stand here in lands that are also referred to as the Royal Botanic Gardens, let us take a moment to reflect the meaning of place, and in doing so recognise elders past, present and emerging. Let us reflect on this land with gratitude and respect, and reflect on ancestral spirits. Being autumn is a favourite time of year. It's a sensory overload so iconic across Melbourne, with autumn colour and leaf drop that brings dappled light, cooler winds typically from the northwest, and a changing landscape. The responsibility of landscape architecture at every scale continues to evolve. We are tasked with understanding and directing such a broad range of processes, data, beliefs and systems to inform and achieve an outcome, one that is cyclic, constantly growing and changing through season. Our empathy and understanding of climate resilience, of connecting with country, of gender equity and inclusion, and of fostering diverse knowledge presents such responsibility. We continue to learn and inform through our project leadership, with each year our projects representing a broader suite of values. This year's awards highlight the breadth of our industry and the leadership role we now play in policy, strategic direction and project delivery. It also highlights the expectation of other industries and community. It is an absolutely exceptional time for landscape architecture, and this year's awards represent this. I'm incredibly proud of our industry and the continued development of landscape architecture. As I ponder how far our industry has evolved, it is just outstanding to see what has been achieved and where we continue to grow and represent. We are also very fortunate for our sponsors this year, and I would like to thank them all for their continued support and allowing us to continue presenting the awards as we do. On behalf of AILA and the Victorian Executive, I wish everyone the best of luck and look forward to sharing and learning from every submission provided in the 2022 AILA Awards for Victoria. Now, it is my honour as Chapter President to present the AILA Victoria President's Award for 2022. And I'm delighted to announce that Sky Hallidane as the recipient. Congratulations, Sky. I'm over the moon to be able to present this award and provide this recognition to you, celebrating your energy and incredible efforts in supporting AILA over many years. Sky, I do not really know where you find the hours although please continue to do so as your advocacy and commitment to AILA and the profession of landscape architecture is just exceptional. As founding member and chair of AILA's Victorian Connection to Country Committee and representative on AILA National, you provide exceptional leadership and education supporting AILA's values of an inclusive and knowledge-diverse profession and the cultural awareness of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. This is further supported by your active involvement in all areas of the chapter, including awards jury, subcommittees, events, sponsorship, interviews and mentorship. On behalf of AILA, our profession and our beloved City of Melbourne, thank you for all of your energy, efforts and continued leadership in AILA. Thank you.
Next up, we hear from the 2022 Victorian Jury Chair, Lisa Howard.
It was a great honour to be on the AILA jury this year and in role of chair for the Victorian Awards. I know that 2020 was incredibly challenging, and I personally think that myself and my colleagues found 2021 equally as challenging. And if anything, we found that the world was just getting busier. There was very little time to pause and reflect on project work. And personally, I hadn't had the chance to reflect on project work that the broader profession was doing. Being on the awards jury this year certainly enabled me to stop and reflect, as well as review and then critically assess the project work that our industry has been putting out for the last couple of years. It's an extraordinary body of work, and we should be really exceptionally proud of how this reflects on landscape architects. We had a terrific 2 days of deliberations with the jury, and I'd like to say a huge thank you to the jury members for their time and dedication, for the thought-provoking conversation, the debates that pursued around the projects themselves. It was really a great fun couple of days together on Zoom with the projects. From our perspective, we did see a couple of key themes start to emerge in the projects. So there was 60 entries overall across the 14 categories, and what we saw was a vast number of those entries were in the cultural heritage category, which is really terrific. It's a reflection on the sorts of values that we are starting to see embedded within the project work that landscape architects are doing. We are seeing cultural values alongside social values, environmental values, and sustainability values. And that, for us, was not just about acknowledging the knowledge that is being transferred to landscape architects and passed through to us from traditional owners, but also about how that knowledge is actually then brought forth into a project and how that knowledge is embedded into an outcome so the end user is also getting to experience this incredible understanding of country. We saw a vast range of project types, from really small, beautiful projects with biodiversity as key drivers to really massive landscape planning projects as well, and infrastructure projects. And it's a real testament to all of us in the profession that we can work across a really diverse range of scales. So congratulations to everybody who submitted, and a big congratulations to all the award winners. Well done, and it's such a celebration of our profession.
We begin with our first award category, Health and Education Landscape. It is proudly supported by City of Melbourne, and let's take a minute to hear from Melbourne Lord Mayor Sally Capp.
Hello everyone, I'm Sally Capp, Lord Mayor of Melbourne, beaming in from the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Eastern Kulin to congratulate all of the finalists in the Victorian Landscape Architecture Awards. The City of Melbourne is thrilled to again sponsor the Health and Education Landscape category. and to work alongside legendary landscape architects contributing to our world-renowned livability and enhancing our community well-being. We've all experienced just how important open space has been over the past 2 years for connection, respite and relief, not to mention the important city cooling and climate advantages. As our city grows, we're committed to increasing open space by 240,000 square metres over the next 15 years as part of our open space strategy. Our exciting landmark city-shaping Green Line project will further contribute to these targets by transforming the north bank of the Yarra River, Birrarung, and increasing canopy cover by 40% along the inspiring 4-kilometre promenade. I commend all of those contributing to high-quality landscape design outcomes in our city for future generations. Thank you and congratulations. I wish you all of the best as you go on to represent our state in the national awards later this year.
Projects in the health and education landscape are constructed landscape projects in and surrounding institutional spaces, including educational, health or aged care facilities. Projects in this category demonstrate how the design contributes to the usability and operation of the facility and the well-being of the user. 6 entries were received in this category, and they are
Bendigo Kangan TAFE Redevelopment, SBLA Studio. Berengara Aged Care, St Vincent's Hospital, Melbourne, Urban Initiatives. Docklands Primary School, McGregor Coxall and Cox Architecture. Fisherman's Bend School, Tract. Monash University, Southern Precinct Landscape, Aspect Studios. Wuwukarung Dementia Friendly Forest and Sensory Trail, Thomson Hay Landscape Architects.
The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards and 1 Award of Excellence in this category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Wuwukarung Dementia Friendly Forest and Sensory Trail, Thomson Hay Landscape Architects.
Rich Indigenous flora and textural vegetation provide the backdrop to a thoughtful and sensitively designed sensory experience. Specifically curated for people with dementia, the Wuwukarung Dementia Friendly Forest and Sensory Trail emphasises the therapeutic benefits of nature for mental and physical well-being by encouraging participation and social connections. Congratulations, Thomson Hay.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Monash University Southern Precinct Landscape by Aspect Studios.
The new Southern Precinct Landscape is a combination of practical learning and landscape topologies with a new Indigenous cultural landscape. This has resulted in a cohesive and transitional space fitting of a modern and diverse university campus. Artwork formalises a recognition of the Kulin Nations and is overlaid with planting and materials that play an integral role in climate change resilience.
And the Award of Excellence for Health and Education Landscape goes to SBLA Studio for Bendigo Kangan TAFE Redevelopment.
The Bendigo Kangan TAFE Redevelopment is an artfully curated landscape that unifies the campus as one, whilst providing intimate outdoor spaces that provide an immersive outdoor experience with a rich assortment of materials and planting. The project was informed by an extensive design process centred on the diverse users' common needs of a supportive and imaginative learning environment. The redevelopment is an excellent example of elevated education spaces as part of the public realm, which embrace the landscape story of site.
To our next award category, Civic Landscape. It's proudly supported by long-term AILA Vic sponsor, Glascott Landscape and Civil. In this category, projects are constructed urban landscape projects that are public in nature and capture and contribute to the culture and amenity of the urban environment around them. 4 entries in this category are
Hampshire Road Civic Green, Brimbank City Council. Jewel Station, Glass Landscape Architects. Pentridge Piazza, Aspect Studios. Foran Square, Aspect Studios with Lions Architecture.
The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in Civic Landscape, and the first award goes to Hampshire Road Civic Green, Brimbank City Council.
Hampshire Road Civic Green transformed a once car-dominated streetscape into an exciting new public space for the community and local traders. A culmination of years of planning, design, and the progressive transformation of the heart of Sunshine into a vibrant, people-oriented place, this project supports the economic viability of the main street and demonstrates how Brimbank can mitigate future climate change impacts.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Pentridge Piazza, Aspect Studios.
Pentridge Piazza is an elegant new civic space at the heart of the emerging Pentridge-Coburg redevelopment. Located within the old mustering yard and surrounded by heritage bluestone buildings, the piazza provides a quiet haven within a generously scaled walled courtyard. The piazza adds around 4,000 square metres of public open space and is a vital new entertainment, recreational and cultural venue for local residents and the wider community.
Congratulations, Aspect Studios. We now move on to award category Parks and Open Space. It's proudly sponsored by the great team at Street Furniture Australia. Projects entered in the Parks and Open Spaces category are constructed public parks and open spaces or strategic open space projects that balance the demand for recreation, culture and the environment. Entries for parks and open space are
New Quay Central Park, Aspect Studios with Sala, formerly Stutterheim Anderson Landscape Architects. Tote Park, Tract.
Our jury has awarded 1 Landscape Architecture Award in this category, and the award goes to New Quay Central Park Aspect Studios with Sala.
New Quay Central Park is a novel approach in the Docklands precinct of Melbourne. The use of Indigenous and biodiverse plantings, low gabion terraces and informal play opportunities are a drawcard on top of an underground car park. The park offers rest and respite for people otherwise shuttling between one building or space to another and offering the chance to linger. Congratulations again, Aspect Studios and Sala.
So here in the Royal Botanic Gardens with Andrew Laidlaw, mate, do you know that all cacti are succulents, but not all succulents are cacti?
I do know that.
All right. Is balsa wood a hardwood or a softwood?
Well, I know it's a hardwood.
Mate, you've got it all down pat. What are some of the difficulties today in terms of designing for climate?
Sure. So in the Botanic Gardens, we've got our focus on the climate. We kind of follow the science, and we're actually now transitioning this garden so that it's still going to be here in the next 100, 200 years. So any work that I do, or we all do in the Botanic Gardens, is that we're planning for that increased climate. And so we're actually transitioning this garden as we talk. As everybody goes to sleep at night, we're slowly changing all the plants in this garden. You'll hardly notice it, but any new planting, we're making sure, particularly with our trees, but even our shrub layer, that it's plants that are being selected from warmer climates so that this garden is going to be here in the next 100 years and most people won't even notice it.
Will there be things that won't be around in the garden?
There will be things, and we've already seen a shift of things. I mean, nobody sees a silver birch anymore down here, Tim, or a Machilia, or some of the magnolias just aren't cutting it down here. And so we've already transitioned quite a bit of that sort of stuff out. But it's very subtle, you know, so it's a sort of, we're introducing a lot of new stuff, and just the older stuff transitions out quite slowly, so no one will notice.
So how does a visit to here, or in fact any landscape, affect people's well-being, do you think?
Well, look, there's been a real focus on human health and well-being through COVID, but even before that, you know, we've realised that an immersive experience in a landscape is actually good for us, and it comes back to sort of a connection to nature. But that's really been sharpened throughout COVID, and a lot of botanic gardens, we see the use of them is changing. Where it used to have this sort of adult language and people come in here to learn, we've now created a whole lot more garden experiences which allow people to actually go into the planting areas and be immersed and almost sit and meditate within those sort of places. So we're actually changing the way people kind of can connect to this space, and I think that's really healthy. And there's a lot of science around now, Tim, that's just showing, you know, 40 seconds of seeing something green actually improves your mental health for the day. And there's lots of studies around now which is really giving us permission to really go a little bit further and sort of create these experiences for people.
I mean, it must be so satisfying to work in this environment and seeing how people use the gardens.
Yeah, look, it is very satisfying to work in this place. After COVID, we were closed for about 8 weeks, and they opened the gates up, and I couldn't believe it. You know, there was just thousands of people flocking in here and sitting on the lawn, and it's just, you know, it really is such an amazing thing to actually see that. And I think one of the great things of COVID is people have started to really appreciate their green space and their connection to nature, which is exciting for us.
Absolutely. Tell me about Global Gardens for Peace and how people can get involved.
Yep. So Global Gardens of Peace is an organisation that I'm involved in, and we're trying to build gardens for vulnerable communities. So we've realised in a lot of our hospitals, in the mental, the psych ward of the Alfred, we've put in a couple of small gardens there. We're working on a fantastic project for the VAS community with Uralla, and these are heavily disabled people that live in institutionalised spaces. So we're trying to build gardens for these people, and we're trying to raise money for that, and you can go onto the Global Gardens website and you can donate. We're also actually still actively involved in a place called Gaza, which is the Gaza Strip, and we're trying to build a children's garden in the Gaza Strip as well. So it's great work. It's difficult work because we're still finding it hard to get the money to build these gardens. And when we're doing it internationally, it's very difficult in places like Gaza. But yeah, we're very inspired to keep doing it.
So how do you think this space, in fact the gardens full stop, inspire the next generation of landscape architects?
Look, I'd like to think Melbourne Botanic Gardens plays a role there. We like to think we're at the cutting edge of, not always design, but I feel we've really improved in that area of design. I think that's important. But in terms of plant material and landscape architects seeing what grows in our environment, what's available, they really should be putting themselves here actually more than they do, because it's such a world to be explored here. And I think, you know, we work very hard to try and inspire that next generation.
Fabulous, mate. Well, it's great to be here, and congratulations on creating such a wonderful space.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, it's really nice to hear that from you.
Yeah, I love it. We now turn our attention to the next award category, which is play spaces. This category is sponsored by manufacturer of playground and fitness equipment, Proludic. Projects in the play spaces category are constructed play spaces or strategies which promote the notion of active play and embraces the temporal elements of the active play space. This category received an impressive 7 entries, and they are:
Arcadia Dragon Park, outlines landscape architecture. Brompton Estate Active Park, GBLA Landscape Architects. Gahan Reserve Playground, Urban Initiatives. Gels Park, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architecture. Mill Park Regional All Abilities Playground. City of Whittlesea with Jevons Landscape Architects. Penders Park Play Space. City of Durban with Bricolage Design. Yarrabank Reserve Playground. Jevons Landscape Architects with Rotary, Glenferrie, Camberwell, Hawthorn and Canterbury, Agency of Sculpture, Glen Romanis and City of Boroondara.
The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in play spaces. And the first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Arcadia Dragon Park, Outlines Landscape Architecture.
Arcadia Dragon Park is an innovative playground exploring themes of landscape and imagination. The playground's centrepiece is a giant mythical dragon sculpture. The jury commends Arcadia Dragon Park for successfully integrating sculptural elements with functional play spaces to create an iconic landscape embraced by the local community.
Congratulations, Outlines, and the second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Gels Park, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architecture.
Gels Park is a thoughtfully conceived, nature-based playscape. The playground tells the story of the Dandenong Creek from the mountains to the sea and is conceived with minimal traditional play equipment. The jury commends Gels Park for its focus on social inclusion, restoring natural systems and protecting and increasing biodiversity.
We're now up to the award category for infrastructure, but first let's hear from a global leader in water management, ACO Australia. Projects in this category are constructed landscape infrastructure projects, landscape strategies or works associated with civil infrastructure that demonstrate the successful integration of landscape values and which contribute to future sustainability. There are 6 entries in this category. Let's take a look.
River Red Gum Precinct, Urban Initiatives. Toorak Road Level Crossing Removal, Aspect Studios. Boroondara Tree Replacement Strategy and Arboretum, GBLA Landscape Architects. Bell to Moorland, Tract. Reservoir Station, Genton and McGregor Coxall. Cardinia Road Level Crossing Removal, Oricon with McGregor Coxall.
The jury has awarded 1 entry, an Award of Excellence, and 1 for a Landscape Architecture Award. And the Landscape Architecture Award for Infrastructure goes to Toorak Level Crossing Removal, Aspect Studios.
The level crossing at Toorak Road was one of Melbourne's major congestion hotspots. The elevated rail design elegantly resolves transport and infrastructure requirements alongside community spaces and the natural environment. The jury recognises both the leadership and care taken by the team to support the creation of new, useful landscape spaces, improvements to active transport connections, and positive contributions to the site's biodiversity. Congratulations, Aspect Studios.
And for the Infrastructure Award of Excellence, congratulations, Tract for Bell to Moorland.
The Bell to Moorland Level Crossing Removals project exemplifies the myriad of community benefits to be had from an integrated landscape and urban design response in a civil infrastructure project. The design has taken advantage of the newfound space beneath the lifted rail tracks to put people first and create new spaces to breathe in this dense inner urban condition. The jury commends the design team in seeing the successful transformation from ageing rail line to colourful and connected community asset.
So for the next award category, Cultural Heritage, this award is proudly sponsored by Metro Trees, growers of high quality trees for a changing climate. Projects in this category are constructed projects or strategies that demonstrate the restoration, conservation, enhancement, maintenance, or adaptive reuse of culturally significant sites. The 7 entries for Cultural Heritage category are
Ayers Meadow, City of Durban with SBLA Studio and Rachel Derham. Avalon Corridor Strategy Cultural Values Assessment. Wadawurrung Traditional Owners Aboriginal Corporation, City of Greater Geelong, Wyndham City Council and Unearthed Heritage Australia Proprietary Limited. Cockorock Township, Western Treatment Plant, Melbourne Water, Realm Studios. Dandenong Park North, Aspect Studios. Malmesbury Botanic Garden Master Plan, GBLA Landscape Architects. Pentridge Piazza, Aspect Studios. Wesley Place, Oculus.
Our jury has awarded 1 Award of Excellence and 1 Landscape Architecture Award. And the Landscape Architecture Award for Cultural Heritage goes to Wesley Place, Oculus.
The Wesley Place development has seen the creation of a valuable new green open space in the Melbourne CBD. The jury commends the successful integration of both the built and living heritage assets, alongside the new development, to create a welcoming and inclusive landscape that contributes to the life of the city. Congratulations, Oculus.
The jury has awarded the Award of Excellence in Cultural Heritage to the Wadawurrung Traditional Owners Aboriginal Corporation, City of Greater Geelong, Wyndham City Council and Unearthed Heritage Australia for Avalon Corridor Strategy Cultural Values Assessment.
This Cultural Values Assessment is a special project that demonstrates how traditional owner values can be recognised and be embedded in strategic planning. It considers a vast tract of culturally significant lands and waterways under pressure from urban development to help shape decision-making for the Avalon Corridor. It draws its success from a co-authorship with the Wadawurrung and impressive partnership with local government. Congratulations to all collaborators.
Next up is the award category Community Contribution. This award category is proudly sponsored by the Australian wicking technology experts, Water Ups.
Water Ups is the fast and sustainable way for landscape architects to create and maintain amazing green spaces and beautiful biophilic designs. It's the world's first scalable wicking system, which means that any size or shape is possible. On green roofs, in planters or in ground, Water Ups uses 80% less water than top-down systems, saving you time, money and water. Made in Australia from 100% recycled plastics, Water Ups enables the visions of landscape architects to come to life.
Now, projects in this category include constructed projects or strategies delivered either as a pro bono service or significantly reduced fee to the community, or have positively impacted disadvantaged individual or group of users who wouldn't normally have access to design expertise. Let's take a look at the 5 entries received in this category.
Coldstream Cultural Trail, Simon Ellis Landscape Architects. Collingwood Yards, SBLA Studio. Gargaro Botanic Gardens, TCL. Hovels Creek Linear Park, Kevin Hoffman Walk, David Martin. Yalak Langer Design Framework, Heidi Museum of Modern Art, Urban Initiatives.
The jury has awarded 1 Award of Excellence and 2 Landscape Architecture Awards for community contribution. And the first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Hovels Creek Linear Park, Kevin Hoffman Walk, David Martin.
The Hovels Creek Linear Park and Kevin Hoffman Walk reflects a landscape architect's 4-decade-long voluntary stewardship of their local community. It is an inspiring example of the positive community and environment impact our profession can make in the long-term shaping of valued local places.
Congratulations, David. The second Landscape Architecture Award in this category has been awarded to Collingwood Yards, SBLA Studio.
This project demonstrates a highly considered and tactical design approach to maximise the benefit to the creative arts community, along with retaining broader community value by respecting the existing building fabric and the site's former use. The resulting project delivers flexible and adaptable spaces that integrate quality day-to-day amenity with creative programming.
And for the Award of Excellence in Community Contribution, congratulations, AILA Langer, Design Framework, Heidi Museum of Modern Art by Urban Initiatives.
The AILA Langer Design Framework is an exemplary project that demonstrates the leadership of the landscape architect in ensuring traditional owner involvement in planning for this important heritage place and enabling an engagement process that places their values as the foundation for understanding the site and enriching the community experience.
Moving right along, and the next award category is Urban Design. Projects in the Urban Design category are constructed or strategic projects that demonstrate how the design, construction management and built outcome contributes to the well-being of the urban setting through the improvement of social interaction, economic activity, livability, accessibility and safety. And with that, let's take a look at the 5 entries in Urban Design.
Bakery Hill Urban Renewal Precinct, Hassel Studio. Morris Moor, Tract. Oakover Pocket Park, City of Darebin with Urban Initiatives. Paran Square, Aspect Studios with Lions Architecture. South Melbourne Lifesaving Club, Site Office.
The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in Urban Design. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Morris Moor, Tract.
Morris Moor is a sophisticated adaptive reuse project which has transformed the former Philip Morris cigarette factory in Moorabbin into a vibrant venue containing creative office spaces, cafes, restaurants and childcare facilities. Set within a disused industrial precinct, Morris Moor has cleverly created a new suite of open spaces, landscaped grounds and integrated car parking, a place to work, eat and play. Congratulations to the team at Tract.
And the second Landscape Architecture Award for Urban Design has been awarded to South Melbourne Lifesaving Club, Site Office.
The South Melbourne Lifesaving Club project replaces a 1950s clubhouse with a new pavilion and adjoining public spaces facing onto both the beach and the esplanade. The project seamlessly delivers a high-quality integrated architectural and urban landscape outcome and carefully resolves the complex pedestrian, bicycle and vehicle movements on a site where high volumes of people are travelling in many different directions and speeds. Congratulations, Site Office.
Right now though, we're going to take a short break from the awards to hear from Jessie and Azin on the Fresh Mentorship Program. Over to you guys.
So at AILA, we are committed to support our members and we believe improving communication between all levels of our LA family is essential for the future of our professional.
Glasgow like to get involved in the program by providing site visits to the mentors and mentees. This way we actually get out on site to explain the differences that or the constructability issues that we have out on site and to provide tours to the mentees.
I think it's highly rewarding for everyone involved, not just mentees. By building honest partnership and real meaningful friendship, the fresh members get the opportunity for support and guidance, while more experienced landscape architects also get to know the next generation and stay on trend and up to date.
Glasgow like to provide the constructability issues that we may face on site. So we were able to discuss issues that come from site that actually aren't part of the design process.
It's fantastic to see the program grows over the years. It's now in its full circle. So fresh members was mentees at few first years, now came back to be mentors. AILA Fresh got the most number of applicants this year. Well done to everyone involved. If you missed 2022 applications, look at newsletter and social medias for next year's.
Glasgow are really proud to be part of this program. It's a great program that AILA Fresh run. It's fantastic to be able to be involved in the mentor and the networking and the actual development of these mentees' careers.
Yes, it's always great to shine a light on the Fresh Mentorship Program. Well done to the Fresh Committee and all participating members. Now, if you're counting along, we're up to the award category number 9, and it's for landscape planning. Projects in this category are constructed or strategic projects include strategic design and guiding policy documents and visual assessments for urban development, residential and planned communities, local community and rural or regional planning. And the entries are
Birrarung Confluences Report, Adaptation and Resilience Planning. UED2 Hub, Architecture, Building and Planning, University of Melbourne. Yallock Bullock Marine and Coastal Park Access and Infrastructure Plan, Hassel Studio.
The jury has awarded 1 Award of Excellence in Landscape Planning, and it goes to Yallock Bullock Marine and Coastal Park Access and Infrastructure Plan, Hassel Studio. Congratulations.
The Yallock Bullock Marine and Coastal Park Access and Infrastructure Plan sets out a clear strategy for access and engagement with the stunning and dramatic 40-kilometre Bass Coast coastline. The jury commends the design team for a clear and comprehensive body of work. The access plan is recognised as elevating and promoting the cultural values of the Bunurong, as well as providing a valuable contribution to the local regional economies.
Moving on, the next award category is Research, Policy and Communications. This category is sponsored by leading environmental consulting business, Cecil. Projects in this category include published work and research and or practice that extend the knowledge base and advocacy of landscape architecture. The 5 entries in this category are
City of Melbourne's Green Factor Tool, City of Melbourne. Green Our City Action Plan, Strategic Justification for Regulatory Requirements for Sustainability. Urup, Oculus, Hill PDA and Junglefy for City of Melbourne. The Big Asian Book of Landscape Architecture, Gillian Wallace and Heike Rahman. The University of Melbourne Chief Operating Officer Portfolio, the University of Melbourne Chief Operating Officer Portfolio. UNICEF Malaysia, Best Business Practice Circular and Guidance Toolkit, Jevons Landscape Architects with UNICEF Malaysia.
The jury has awarded 3 Landscape Architecture Awards for Research, Policy and Communications. Our first congratulations goes to City of Melbourne for the City of Melbourne's Green Factor Tool.
The City of Melbourne have developed the Green Factor Tool as a free, online and evidence-based green infrastructure assessment tool for landscape architects, designers, planners and developers. The jury recognises that this initiative sets up the framework of an invaluable green rating tool for the industry by providing a means to quantify and advocate for the value of greening in the public realm and throughout urban development.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Gillian Wallace and Heike Rahman for the Big Asian Book of Landscape Architecture. Good work.
The Big Asian Book of Landscape Architecture comprehensively curates a discussion of contemporary landscape architecture practice across the Asian region. The book provides a valuable resource for all to learn about the way contemporary projects can acknowledge and design to incorporate cultural heritage. It is beautifully compiled and balances critical theoretical articles with project images and examples.
And for the third Landscape Architecture Award for Research, Policy and Communications, congratulations, Arup, Oculus, Hill PDA and Junglefy for City of Melbourne for the Green Our City Action Plan, Strategic Justification for Regulatory Requirements for Sustainability. Whew, that was a big one.
The Green Our City Action Plan, Strategic Justification for Regulatory Requirements for Sustainability, is recognised by the jury as a document that promotes change in policy that is long overdue. The document advocates for the value of landscape architecture and provides a well-researched resource to extend the profession's knowledge base through global benchmarking.
A big congratulations to all winners and collaborators in this important category. Now, to change things up a bit, I thought we'd move location and introduce some new, fresher faces to the awards program. We were lucky enough to visit some kids at the Docklands Primary School, an awards project entry in fact. It's the perfect setting to highlight AILA's focus on building awareness of landscape architecture amongst our younger generation. Why do you think trees are important?
Because it gives you air and sometimes you can get fruit from it and food, because some trees grow food. Because they help the earth grow. Because they give out oxygen. Because they help animals and birds to live. Because they give us food and water.
Would you rather climb a tree or play a computer game?
Climb a tree. Climb a tree. Climb a tree, maybe. Climb a tree. Play computer games.
Why would you rather play computer games?
Because if you climb a tree, you'll bump your head.
Do you know what a landscape architect does?
No.
Do you know what a landscape architect does?
No.
Do you think know what the landscape means?
Well, I heard of it, but I don't know what it means.
Do you know what an architect is?
An architect makes drawings of buildings.
Do you know what a landscape architect does?
I don't know. A what?
A landscape architect.
No.
Do you know what a landscape architect does?
Yes.
What's a landscape architect do?
I forgot.
Do you know what a landscape architect does?
No.
What do you think we can do to protect our trees?
By giving it lots of water and don't chop it down, unless it's old. I think we should keep planting more trees so that we can give more animals space and it'll help us breathe. We give lots of water and lots of sun. And we don't break the branches. Like, no more cars. Like, only like carbon dioxide give cars more like energy, and then they like give air to us. That's why I want no more cars, because carbon dioxide is really dangerous for us.
Now, Riley, how's AILA getting young people involved in your great profession?
Well, AILA is getting young people involved in our profession through a program called Be a Landscape Architect. Now, what the program does is it invites our members, our registered landscape architects, and invites them into the schools to present, to run activities, to engage with their community. And then as well as that, we have an online digital platform that has learning resources and provides an opportunity for the schools and members to engage with each other.
How do AILA members and the schools get involved?
So AILA members and schools can log on to the AILA website, which is aila.org.au, and navigate to the Be a Landscape Architect page. And on that page, there's a simple sign-up form for schools and members to lodge their interest.
Fabulous. We're almost there, guys. Our next award category is small projects. Projects in this category include those considered to be small in terms of size or budget. Projects are recognised that have been constrained by size or budget restrictions, but have achieved a level of invention and creativity beyond those constraints. Let's take a look at these entries.
Activate City of Port Phillip High Streets in Locus. Domain Road Pop-Up Park in Locus and the Place Agency. Monash College Forest Biomes, Glass Landscape Architects.
The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award in small projects, and the winning entry goes to Glass Landscape Architects for Monash College Forest Biomes. Congratulations.
The Forest Biomes project by Glass Landscape Architects cleverly integrates lush, green, natural spaces into this learning village. The Forest Biomes project provides an exemplary precedent for the discipline of landscape architecture specific to the Melbourne context, proving that meaningful green indoor environments can be created for the benefit of the building users.
The next award is Gardens, and this category is sponsored by Joe Rogers and his team at Lawn Solutions Australia.
The people who created Sir Walter are revolutionising the turf industry. Lawn Solutions Australia. Aussie turf farmers creating beautiful greener environments across our country. Guaranteed premium turf varieties, lawn solution centres, advice and lawn care products. Lawn Solutions Australia, setting new standards in turf.
Projects in this category include constructed private and public gardens that contribute to the role and understanding of the garden in contemporary society and culture. Let's take a look at the category entries.
Cliff House, BWLA. Fitzroy Bridge House, Robin Barlow Design. MB Lynch Memorial Gardens, Brimbank City Council. The Healing Garden at the Heidi Museum of Modern Art, Open Work Proprietary Limited.
The jury has awarded 1 Award of Excellence and 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in the Gardens category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to BWLA for Cliff House. Good work, guys.
Cliff House achieves a wonderful balance of aesthetic, sustainability and budget. Sitting atop a windswept dune, the garden stands out for its clever choice of frontline coastal plants. The garden both connects and protects at the same time, allowing the clients to feel the relationship to the surrounding landscape in their own space while still entertaining and socialising outside.
And the second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Robin Barlow Design for the Fitzroy Bridge House.
The Fitzroy Bridge House manages to create a flourishing garden in otherwise small and constrained courtyards in an inner-city terraced dwelling. The clever use of plants and the notion of creating an ecosystem and not simply a garden has been achieved much to the delight of the client. The resulting gardens offer interest, an interacting space and enjoyment.
And now for the Gardens Award of Excellence. Congratulations, Open Work, for the Healing Garden at the Heidi Museum of Modern Art.
The Healing Garden at the Heidi Museum of Modern Art is a remarkable addition to the 16 acres of heritage-listed gardens. Intended for small groups with special needs, the garden features immersive zones of planting, texture, sensory stimulation and small intimate moments in what was previously one of the most underutilised and overgrown sections of the site. Congratulations, Open Work.
On the final stretch, we're up to the award category for tourism. This category is proudly sponsored by our favourite public barbecue experts, Christy. Projects in this category are constructed or strategic projects that demonstrate excellence in landscape design and demonstrate a tangible contribution to tourism, either nationally or in the local region, that significantly enhances the profile of the area. Now let's take a look at the entries.
Grampian Peaks Trail Garryward, McGregor Coxall with Knoxham Giffen. Lake Tyrrell Tourism Infrastructure Design, Thomson Hay Landscape Architects. Mates Rest, Outlines Landscape Architecture.
The jury has awarded 1 Award of Excellence and 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in the tourism category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Thomson Hay Landscape Architects for the Lake Tyrrell Tourism Infrastructure Design. Congratulations.
The Lake Tyrrell Tourism Infrastructure Project by Thomson Hay Landscape Architects creates a 24-hour destination to take in the sunsets, sunrises, the Mallee ecology and the night sky, establishing Lake Tyrrell as an international tourism destination, enriching the local communities of Sea Lake and enhancing the profile of this significant Victorian landscape.
The second Landscape Architecture Award for tourism is awarded to Outlines Landscape Architecture for Mate's Rest. Well done.
The Mate's Rest is a self-guided circuit trail through ancient rainforest within the Great Otway National Park. The project represents exemplary practices for tourism infrastructure, contributing a permeable structure that sits lightly within the landscape whilst facilitating clearly defined access and sustained visitor numbers.
Now for the Tourism Award of Excellence, our congratulations goes to McGregor Coxall with Knox and Giffen for Grampians Peak Trail, Garryword.
Grampians Peaks Trail, Garryword is now one of the great iconic walks of Australia. This is an exemplary Victorian tourism project by McGregor Coxall with Knox and Giffen, providing a world-class ecotourism and hiking amenity to traverse the formidable peaks of Grampians Sandstone Ranges. A most inspiring challenge, showcasing natural beauty, culture and vistas of Garryword.
Time to look at the award category for land management. Projects in this category are constructed projects or strategies for the restoration, conservation or management of significant landscapes that demonstrate a tangible physical outcome. The project may recognise and reconcile the natural and cultural values of communities and the landscape in which they are placed. The one entry received in land management is Lake Tyres, Bunyanda Camping and Access Strategy, Parks Victoria. The jury has awarded this one and only entry an award of excellence. As they say, quality over quantity. Congratulations to the team at Parks Victoria.
The Lake Tyres Bunyanda Camping and Access Strategy is an exemplary project whose innovative process supports genuine joint management between Parks Victoria and the Gunai Land and Water Aboriginal Corporation by putting engagement with the traditional owners at the centre. Importantly, this project disrupts a pattern of harm to sensitive cultural sites, resulting from the impact of increased public visitation to the lake edge campsites.
The next award category is the Regional Achievement Award. It's a cross-category award given to projects that are making a difference improving the health of communities or built and natural environments of regional Australia. The jury has awarded 2 entries in this category and they will both progress through to the national awards and be assessed against other Regional Achievement Awards. In no particular order, the first Regional Achievement Award goes to McGregor Coxall with Knox and Giffen for the Grampians Peak Trail, Garryword. Congratulations on your second win.
The Grampians Peaks Trail, Garryword, by McGregor Coxall with Knox and Giffen, is now one of the great iconic hiking journeys of Victoria. The project is an exemplary regional achievement in landscape architecture by McGregor Coxall with Knox and Giffen, providing a world-class ecotourism and hiking amenity to traverse the formidable peaks of the Grampians in Victoria.
For the second Regional Achievement Award, congratulations Parks Victoria for the Lake Tyres Bunyanda Camping and Access Strategy.
The jury recognises the Lake Tyres Bunyanda Camping and Access Strategy for a regional award due to the example it offers of genuine collaborative engagement with traditional owners at the centre, enabling the Gunai Land and Water Aboriginal Corporation to care for country and manage visitor access and impacts to sensitive cultural sites.
Right now though, we're up to our Future Leaders category for both student and graduate that is proudly sponsored by a company recognised for their professional services and innovation, Oricon.
I'm pleased to be here to present the Future Leaders category for both student and graduate that is proudly sponsored by Oricon. This award is open to AILA Victoria's students and graduates and recognises achievements in design, planning, communication and research that is based upon the development of innovative, creative and practical solutions to landscape architectural challenges. The nominations for the Future Leaders Student Award are
Georgina de Beaujeu, Hannah Dinto, Albert Rex.
And the jury has awarded the Future Leaders Student Award to Georgina de Beaujeu. Congratulations.
Through Georgina's expansive efforts across disciplines and commitment to ongoing study, she exemplifies landscape architecture advocacy and has demonstrated initiatives that raise the profile of the profession. Georgina's projects are a rigorous response to the climate and biodiversity crisis, and she continues to be a key collaborator with practitioners in policy discussion, as well as volunteering in service of addressing and elevating the role of landscape architecture.
Congratulations, Georgina. And now, let's take a look at the nominations for Future Leaders Graduate.
Matt Calder, Molly Rose Coulter, Tian Liang, Daryl Wong.
And the jury has awarded the Future Leaders Graduate Award to Molly Rose Coulter. Congratulations, Molly.
Molly Rose Coulter is based at Oculus Practice, NARM, and is a graduate of RMIT University. She is a young leader whose work is focused around education, First Nations advocacy and engagement, sustainability, and social-driven design. Alongside her support for connection to country approaches and engagement, the panel especially commends Molly's striking capacity for visual communication.
Well, that's it, folks. We've come to the end of the AILA Victorian Landscape Architecture Awards for another year. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you for interacting in the live chat. Well done to everyone who's entered this year's awards, and a big congratulations again to all the winning projects that are moving on to the national awards later in the year. It's been a fabulous celebration. Thanks so much for watching. Keep smiling. Bye for now.